The key to attaining financial freedom is knowing what your FVF number is. So let's get started. Let me explain what FVF is. FVF stands for Future Value Factor. This number simply represents the future value of money that is in your hands today. How this works is that you basically sit down and calculate your personal FVF number. It's a different number for everyone. Then, every time you go to buy something, you simply multiply it by your personal FVF number to see what today's dollar amount would be worth to you in the future. And then you can decide whether you're still willing to spend that money today. Let's take an example. Say you're looking to go out for dinner and not stay in and cook something for yourself. And let's say that dinner ends up costing you $40. So for this example, let's say you've already calculated your personal FVF number. And for this example, it worked out to an FVF number of 60. Therefore, to see what this amount of dining out tonight money would be worth to you in the future, you simply multiply the $40 you're going to spend tonight by your FVF number, which again, in this case is 60, and you get a future value of $2,400. So here's the trade-off. You can spend $40 tonight and have a very nice restaurant meal, or you can forego that meal, make something to eat at home for yourself, and have $2,400 for yourself down the road. It's your life, your decision. So what I'm basically saying here is, be aware of what things are actually costing you. And once you start becoming aware of what things are actually costing you, you start to make smart financial decisions. And your goal of reaching financial freedom becomes so much quicker. So, how do you calculate your personal FVF or future value factor? There are 5 steps in calculating your FVF number. First, you figure out what kind of return you can get on your investments. Then, you use the rule of 72 to calculate how long it takes to double that investment. In step 3, you decide how long a time frame you have for investing. In step 4, you then figure out how many doubles you have within your investment time frame. Then, in the final step, you multiply the number of doubles by each other to get your FVF number. This number is the key to attaining financial freedom. Everybody needs to know their personal FVF number. Let's take an example so that'll make it easier for you to understand. Let's start with step 1. Figure out what kind of return you can get on your money. This is relatively easy. Figure out where you're going to invest and what kind of return you can get. Will you be investing in the stock market, real estate, art, etc.? For each of these sectors, there's a general rate of return. For this example, let's say we're going to use the stock market option. There's lots to choose from here. So let's take Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway stock. When I Googled Berkshire Hathaway stock, I came across the Vested Finance website, and it detailed the returns for this stock. So the ticker symbol for this stock is BRK.B. And here are the annualized returns that they calculated. A 1-year return was 22.72%. A 3-year return was 12.31%. A 5-year return was 14.86 per year. And a 10-year return was 11.56% on an annualized basis. Let's take the lowest rate of return, which is the 10-year return, and use that as our general guide. So let's say we can get an annual year-over-year growth rate of 11.56%. Now, step 2, figure out how long it takes to double your investments. In order to do this, we need to use the rule of 72. because the rule of 72 allows us to figure out how many years it takes for an investment to double in value at a particular rate of compound interest. So in this case, we simply take the number 72 and divide it by the annual growth rate of the investment. In this case, we're using 11.56%. So here's the math. 72 divided by 11.56 gives us 6.23. So now we know that every 6.23 years, our investment will double in value. On to step 3. Decide how long a time frame you have for investing. This is simple. How long do you have to invest? Well, if you're 25 years old and you want to retire at age 65, you have 40 years for your time frame. You can choose any time frame you'd like. Step 4, figure out how many doubles you have within your investment time frame. Again, a simple step. In this case, we take our 40-year investment time frame and divide it by 6.23. Again, 6.23 is the number of years it takes for our investment to double. Dividing 40 by 6.23, we anticipate having 6.42 doubles during our investment time frame. Step 5, then you multiply the number of doubles by each other to get your personal FVF number. So if the number of doubles had been 5, then we would calculate our FVF number by multiplying 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, or simply put, 2 to the power of 5. In our example, we know that we anticipate having 6.42 doubles. So we can calculate our FVF number by solving for 2 to the power of 6.42. And 2 to the power of 6.42 is 85.63. There you have it. Your personal FVF number in this example is 85.63. So whenever you are about to buy something, multiply it by 85.63 and see if you're still willing to buy it. Let's take some examples. Starbucks coffee. Today's price, $7. Your personal FVF number that we just calculated is 85.63. So the future value of your coffee is $7 times 85.63, which equals $599.41. So the question becomes, are you willing to spend $599.41 for that cup of Starbucks coffee? Or would you rather have $599.41 for yourself down the road? Another example. Let's say it's been a tough week at work, and so you decide that you're going to take your spouse out for a nice dinner tonight. So a decent meal with drinks and wine at a trendy spot will set you back, say, $250 tonight. So let's look at that. Today's price, $250. Your FVF number, again, 85.63. So the future value of your night out, $250 times 85.63, which equals $21,407.50. So again, the question becomes, are you willing to spend $21,407.50 for that meal out at a trendy spot? Or would you rather have $21,407.50 for yourself down the road? Your life, your decision. One final example. Say you want to buy a current popular book to read. Let's say Midnight and Blue by Ian Rankin. Today's price, $29 for the hardcover edition. Your FVF number, 85.63. So the future value of your book read, $29 times 85.63, which equals $2,396.27. So again, the question becomes, are you willing to spend $2,396.27 to have that book to read? Or would you rather have $2,396.27 for yourself down the road? Alternatively, you could just borrow the book from your local library. That way, you'd still get to read it, and you'd still be able to have that $2,396.27 for yourself down the road. Your life, your decision. You see, at some point, you need to set aside money and then invest it in order to achieve financial freedom. And knowing where to invest your money for maximum return and safety is a subject for another video. For now, knowing your FVF number will help you make the spending decisions needed to get you to financial freedom faster. So take a few minutes to sit down and calculate your FVF number. Then, every single time you go to make a purchase or spend money, simply multiply that amount by your FVF number and see if you're still willing to spend that amount or if you'd rather forego that purchase for now so that you can enjoy the future money for yourself down the road. Your life, your decision.